Here's a story that gets a bit more interesting as we get more of the actual nuance in what happened and how it went around. Now, we know that the former Joint Chiefs staff was fired pretty much unceremoniously as soon as the Trump administration took over, as soon as Deutsch got into the place, and he was, in all purposes, taken away from being a DEI hire. He basically had thoughts and processes that weren't going to align with what Donald Trump wanted, and he was black. Those two things may not be exclusively mutually exclusive. They may have something to do with each other. So Trump nominates a new guy, a guy known as Razin Caine. Razin Caine. Lieutenant General Dan Razin Caine, nominated by President Donald Trump, the retired Air Force Lieutenant General, and he's going to most likely be the next chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. But he addressed the Congress in a hearing, basically working on his confirmation, and basically refuted many of the claims that Donald Trump gave, just that were, rising and very remarkable things that, were good for him. But the biggest thing was the whole, he showed up wearing a Make America Great hat, Make America Great hat, in the 2018 meeting in Iraq. He was wearing that when he landed on the ground. Trump recounted a story suggesting that during the 2018 encounter in Iraq, Caine donned a MAGA hat and expressed strong support for him. In response to Senator Wicker's inquiry on this account, Caine said, "Sir, for 34 years, I've upheld my oath of office and my commitment to my commission. I've never worn any political merchandise." Further addressing this from Senator Jack Reed question, Caine actually added to the statements, "I went back and listened to those tapes, and I think the president was actually talking about somebody else. And I've never worn any political merchandise or said anything like that to that effect." Butchering the quote a bit, but that's basically what he's saying. Caine emphasizes his dedication to providing unbiased military advice, asserting his commitment to retain an apolitical role. He acknowledged the unconventional nature of his nomination, but expressed readiness to serve, stating, "I acknowledge that I am an unconventional nominee. These are unconventional times." If he's confirmed, Caine will be the first chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff to have never served at the rank of general, full general, or admiral upon assuming the position, and the first to have been retired at the time of their commission. So this is not so much as controversial as it may seem, because he does seem like a good guy, outstanding guy. He just didn't rise up to the very top levels, and he was basically done with his service, at least in the uniform part at the time. Now, here's where it gets dicey, and here's where you may get a little bias in my voice, because it's there. Donald Trump lies a lot. He tells fish tales. He goes off on tangents. He lies a lot. And in this case, the lies get mixed up where he's saying things that maybe he actually believes, but the whole truth about it isn't there. The transgender mice? No. Transgenic mice is a thing. Transgender? No. Razin Caine, a guy showed up there and said, "I love you, sir," and put on a MAGA hat while he's there. Mr. Razin Caine says, "Nah, it didn't really happen, but I'm happy to be here and go to work since I'm here." This is a testament to Mr. Trump, not Lieutenant General Caine or any of the folks that kind of get wrapped up in these webs of things. As we have suspected, the whole encounter was a bit of bluster. The whole thing was mostly nonsense. And the reason why Lieutenant General Caine is there, while he'll probably do a fine job, seems like a good guy from here, is all a smokescreen to what's actually happening. The question is, no one really knows what's actually happening. A lot of things are happening. No one really understands what is actually happening. The sleight of hand by Mr. Trump, whether it be genius or just being, just a very useful idiot, is apparent.